The Bermuda Delta is a fascinating place. This is no less than the so-called 10 unsolved mysteries. Here we go. Let's explore this Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Delta, definitely one of the most fascinating unsolved mysteries. If you don't know anything about it, I suggest you don't watch any further. Let's search for Bermuda Mystery first. I'm sure you'll be fascinated by this. If you already know something, then it's time for us to discuss. And let's face it, frankly, the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle is full of many mysteries. A lot of weird things happened. The reappearance of missing persons. Time slows down or time overruns in a space-time tunnel. The resurrection of the dead, the never-ending oddity of lightning and thunder. So, what's going on here? Many things have been said. Magnetic field, black hole, infrasound water bridge, clear sky, turbulence, parallel space-time. Combustible ice, coincidence, etc., natural or supernatural. So do you believe what they say? Is there also a Loch Ness monster? So there are different opinions. But I think the idea of marsh gas bubbles and combustible ice, still more reliable. Combustible ice, essentially, also originates from marsh gas. Then it's easy to explain for a boat. Why is there so much light when hot gas meets large marsh gas bubbles? Naturally, there will be strong lights and even explosions. Certainly, this is just one explanation I understand. Next, I'd really like to hear everyone's opinions on the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. Because the situation in the Bermuda Triangle is very abnormal. Lots of bumpy boats. Planes and staff will be lost secretly. One of the most famous was the accident of the U.S. Navy Fleet 19 in 1945, a 14-man training flight squadron composed of 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger bombers. Departed Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Bermuda Triangle, shrouded in mysteries, has aroused the interest of numerous scientists as to why aircraft and ships have mysteriously vanished in this area. A latest hypothesis put forward by scientific research suggests that the enigma stems from energy generated by violent storms warping the fabric of time and space, which let passing planes enter the secret passage. Ultra-distant spacing and even dissipation. Famous Bermuda Delta. Since ancient times, it is said that many ships and planes have been lost, and this hidden truth has been unanswered for a long time. It is reported that, even if the Avenger bomber crashes to the sea, but because it is large enough to float on the water for a long time, and it was a sunny day, the sea is calm. Therefore, the wreckage of the plane should be found. But not only were these planes not found, even the sailors who sent out the search and rescue, and the seaplane was also lost. Finally, the observation report of the U.S. Navy claims that the accident was caused by an unknown cause. Makes the whole thing more intriguing. The sinking of the USS Indianapolis, one of the most unfortunate events in the history of the U.S. military. When that ship, after secretly shipping atomic bomb parts to Okinawa, when driving towards the Philippines, they were suddenly attacked by 5 torpedoes and sank into the sea. There were a total of 1,196 people on deck at that time. Only 25 people were rescued in this shipwreck. The remaining 1,171 people see no one dead and no body. We can't do that without a time tunnel. Hard to understand. If we do what the soldiers say, 9 days over 45 years. The cruiser was traveling at that speed, compared to the Earth's rotation speed. Negligible. Then, the preliminary calculation. If the cruiser enters the time tunnel, according to projections, then it should at least achieve a high speed of 844.9 kilometers per second. Obviously, this speed is far from reaching the speed of light. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to do such experiments at present. August 1990, a boat in Caracas, Venezuela. The sailboat USS Euthes that has been missing for 24 years reappeared after running aground on a remote beach. This ship was in a hurricane 24 years ago, missing in the Bermuda Triangle, after the 3 crew members of the sailboat were rescued by Aboriginal people, were sent to Caracas for assistance. The doctor who examined the bodies of the 3 men said, although these 3 people have gone through so many years. But no aging at all. It seemed as if time had stopped completely for them. The oldest of the 3 crew members. He was 42 when he disappeared. It stands to reason that he should be 66 years old now. But he still looked like he's in his 40s. He's in perfect health. One of the 3 crew members. Professional fisherman from Maine, USA. Patumina said, "We don't remember anything. All I know is that there was a hurricane. We set sail for Aruba, hoping to catch the locally abundant marlin. But suddenly the sky changed. In the blink of an eye, the sky is full of dark clouds, lightning, and thunder. Rough waves. We immediately set sail for the shore. That's all the experience I know. What I also know is that our ship ran aground. When we asked the natives there, I just found out that this year is 1990. At first we thought it was a joke. We left on January 6th, 1966. I originally planned to go fishing for 7 days. I didn't expect to go for 24 years. The youngest crew member on board, 19-year-old Tibby Polivia, said he remembers before the hurricane in 1996, and they caught a tuna. When they got back to shore, authorities sent people on board to investigate. We actually found that tuna in the cabin. Investigators say, "Oh, this fish is still very fresh. It looks like it was just caught." The British government has reviewed 1966 records. There was a sailboat, disappeared without a trace. The reason for this is unknown. There can only be one explanation for this. The sailboat entered the time tunnel. Time slows down. As for how to enter the time tunnel, are there any UFOs at the scene? No conclusion so far. A modern case very similar to this one. It was the summer of 1994. A passenger plane flying from the Philippines to Italy, passing over East Africa, suddenly disappeared for 20 minutes. Then it disappears from the radar screen and reappears, arriving at the Italian airport 20 minutes late. But the passengers and crew on the plane knew nothing. Everyone's watch is not late. Did the plane enter the time tunnel? Or is it caused by the influence of UFOs? There's no answer. Time and space are always there, everywhere. It's a philosophical proposition. It is also one of the most common misconceptions that people usually have. According to scientists, in the area where the Tunguska meteorite fell, nuclear weapons testing area, near the Chernobyl atomic power plant, and other places where there are death threats, even the most accurate watch can be inaccurate. Sometimes something incredible happens. It's like time breaks on a magical ocean. It also seems to show people the rupture of time from time to time. So let's see, regarding the missing persons in the Bermuda Delta, the mystery of reappearance. 1. Sea Breeze goes missing for another 8 years. August 1981, a British cruise ship called the Sea Breeze disappeared in the Bermuda Sea area of the Devil's Triangle. At that time, the 6 people on board suddenly disappeared. Unexpectedly, 8 years have passed. The ship is off the coast of Bermuda, miraculously appeared again. All 6 people on board are safe and sound. The common characteristic of these 6 individuals is, I lost the feeling. For the past 8 years, they don't notice, and thought it was just for a moment. When investigators repeatedly told them, it's been 8 years, they finally grudgingly accepted the fact. When asked what they had done, they're speechless, because they only felt it for a few seconds. It doesn't seem to have done anything. Investigators question. Australian UFO expert Hartman, very excited about it. Due to the missing persons in the Bermuda Sea area. Reenact. This is the first time, although missing ships have resurfaced in the past. But I can't figure it out. Although, the 6 people failed to answer the investigators' questions satisfactorily. But he thinks, using hypnotism, can probably figure out the details of their adventure. You'll find amazing things about them. There's obviously a time difference in this weirdness. This is an excellent case for studying the time discrepancy between the first category world and the second category world. It's also good material for the study of time tunnels. This is in many cases of UFOs. The person involved has lost time or experienced aging. They are equally important cases. These cases attracted great attention from relevant scientists. 2. The balloon that has been missing for 36 years reappears. 1954 in the Caribbean. Driver Charlie Logan. Balloon ride with Derry Norton. And 50 other contestants participate in a balloon race across the ocean. It was a beautiful day, clear vision. Suddenly, in front of everyone, the balloon suddenly disappeared for no reason. 1990, the balloon that disappeared for many years suddenly appeared in Cuba, in the seas of North America. Its appearance made the Cuban and U.S. governments very nervous. Especially Cuba thought it was the United States sending a secret weapon to attack. Cuban plane pilot Major Jean Ejeda said, "A minute ago, there was nothing in the sky. 1 minute later, there's a balloon over there." At that time, the Cuban military spotted the balloon on radar, thought it was America's secret weapon. At one point, a plane was sent to shoot it down. Finally, the big balloon was forced to land at sea by a Cuban plane. The two pilots were rescued by a cruiser, sent to a secret naval base in Cuba for trial. This bizarre event not only surprised Cubans, even two drivers, Norton and Logan, equally puzzled. The two drivers said they were participating in a balloon race from Havana to Puerto Rico. They have no idea that 36 years have passed. They just feel a slight tingling all over their body. It's like a weak current was flowing through their bodies. And then in a blink of an eye, everything in front of them, even the sea and the sky, turned gray. Then they saw the Cuban plane appear in front of them. Chicago investigator Carl Gore have checked the speeches of Logan and Norton. They did participate in a balloon race in 1954, then magically disappeared. Jer thinks, well, this balloon must have entered the time tunnel. It might just be a moment for them, but it's been 36 years on Earth. That's a big difference. So, this is likely a magical tunnel, where time moves slower than on Earth. There are many more cases like this. The common feature is that time passes more slowly for the missing persons upon their reappearance. But there are also missing people who feel that time has gone faster. 3. The mystery of the sudden aging of 93 crew members in Bermuda's Devil's Triangle. Strange things like this have happened. A former Soviet submarine sailing underwater of Bermuda a minute ago. But when it came to the surface a minute later, it was in the Indian Ocean, during a voyage that spanned almost half the world. 93 crew members in the submarine. All of them have suddenly aged by 5 to 20 years. After this happened, the former Soviet military and scientific community immediately began an investigation of the submarine and all personnel, and make 3 reports. Among them, researcher Alex. Dr. Maslov believes that this submarine entered a time tunnel accelerator tube, although very little is known about him. But other than that, there's no other explanation. As for traveling through time and space, what effect does speed have on the human body? We don't know much either. Only know that it will affect certain parts of the human body. Those crew members actually aged 5 to 20 years in a very short period of time. And this is something we've never seen before. The submarine commander, Nigra Sibiev, said, we were on a mission in Bermuda. Everything was normal. For some reason, the submarine suddenly sank. It came suddenly, also stopped suddenly, and then everything went back to normal. It's just that we didn't feel right, and ordered the submarine to surface. The whole thing happened so fast. We didn't even have time to think about it, and our pilot instruments at the time indicated that. We are located in the east of Central Africa. That is to say, with our previous position, a difference of 10,000 kilometers. The submarine immediately made radio contact with naval headquarters. Contact result confirmed. Our submarine is indeed located in the Indian Ocean, rather than in Bermuda, after the submarine returned to its submarine base in the Black Sea. Boat crew immediately flown to a laboratory in Moscow, accepting expert investigation. The results show that they're aging. Typical feature is wrinkled, white hair, loss of muscle elasticity and vision loss, etc. In terms of aging, this is indeed a tragedy, but scientifically, this is a welcome new discovery. What these sailors went through tells us There may be a time tunnel faster than Earth time. The soldier who had been adrift in the ocean for 45 years was rescued. 1945. Abattle shipstrikis amine. 25 American soldiers are adrift at sea. Rescued in 1989. 1945. In the South Pacific, due to a Japanese submarine attack. With the USS Indianapolis, 25 American soldiers who sank at sea together were rescued by Filipino fishermen in 1989. When people receive a distress call, the 25 American soldiers were found, sitting in a Navy lifeboat, floating in the Silabos Sea in the southern Philippines. The area they were in. There are often mysterious disappearances. It's called the South Pacific Devil's Triangle. That's the Dragon Triangle. U.S. naval authorities for the appearance of these sailors. Confused, the soldiers who reappeared, as young as the cruiser, sank 45 years ago. The 25 American soldiers who were rescued thought they had only been adrift for 9 days. In fact, it has been 45 years since Earth time. Mysteries about the Bermuda Triangle. Further research is needed.